Oh, they're gonna be mad. They're not gonna like this one. The Lambo gurus, all these Amazon sellers that are guiding people to the promised land of exotic cars, 0-hour work weeks, and straight gold raining from the sky. You know who I'm talking about. But listen up, because these are the things that they don't want you to know. Don't be the 99% of people that never take action. Your empire awaits. What's up, Empire Builders? JT Franco here. If you're new here, this channel is all about sharing my experiences in business and in life, success and failure, so that you can take from them to build your very own empire. So if that's something you want to do, make sure you subscribe right now. Click that bell notification and hit that like button for me, and we're gonna get right into the dirt. So when I started on the YouTube scene a few years ago, there was only so many people to learn Amazon FBA from. But as time goes on, it seems that every single day there's a brand new world-renowned expert on YouTube sharing their secrets and trying to sell some stuff, right? So as time goes on, it's been harder to really, to tell the difference between what's true and what's false, what's fact, what's fiction. Those lines have really gotten blurred. So right now we're gonna smash through all those misconceptions so we can get right back into the business that is Amazon FBA, so you can stop worrying about all the fluff and all, the pixie dust flying around. So let's get right to it. The first one, the biggest one, and something that I fell into the trap of, was believing Amazon FBA is passive, right? False. Well, that depends. Actually, I'm not gonna give it a full false there, because first of all, passive income all depends on your own definition of passive. Can it be passive? Yes, but it's all about how people are presenting it. So it's not a full false, but it's not a full truth either. Now, what I mean by that is what most people are telling you, or what most people are trying to, portray, is that Amazon FBA is this lifestyle where you're gonna launch a product, and then in 2 weeks you're retired, you're living on a beach in Hawaii, or you're sipping pina coladas until you're 65, based off one product launch, and you're just making a full-time income like that. That scenario is false. However, if you do put in the work, if you do put in the time up front, it can be passive. So what does this mean? What this means is that you need to be prepared to put in the work. Okay, this is not going to be something where you find a product in 2 weeks, you launch it in a month, and then you make money continuously forever on that product. It's not turnkey that way. It's very much grindy, right? So you need to be able to put in time. How much time? So I like to say at least 7 hours a week. So that breaks down to 1 hour a day, and that's the bare minimum. That is the upfront amount of work that you can get away with and still build your business in a relatively fast amount of time and get it up and moving and get the gears turning and get it scaled within, maybe 5 or 6 months. But if you're able to put in more time, it can go faster. Now, I know that a lot of you don't have that much time, right? You have a full-time job, you got kids to take care of, you're going to school, and all these things, right? I love Amazon FBA because it is something where you can allocate the time for yourself and make those hours for yourself. So if you can stack the weekends, if you can do 10 hours on the weekend, that will work. You can make it really fit into your schedule, and that's the beauty of it. That's where the time freedom starts to come in. And then once you have a few products under your belt, once you actually have, your inventory is flowing nicely, and you have some cash flow that's actually coming in properly, and you have it all worked out, then yes, in 7 months, in a year's time, you can have what is basically a passive income business. I did it myself, right? I was able to travel the world and live off this income, but I still had to put in, a few hours a week to make it work. So there's no such thing as 0-hour work week. The way that some people show it, there's still work that needs to be put in. You still need to put in upfront time, but once that upfront time is put in, then you are golden. But don't get into it with the mindset of that it's gonna be easy coasting, because that is a lie. All right, the next thing. Once you start making profit, what's gonna happen? Can you go out and start buying toys? You could, but your Amazon business will crash and burn the second you do that, because what they don't want you to know is that you need to reinvest all of your profit, at least at the early stages, right? Once you get that profit calculation and you get money, Amazon starts sending you money, it gets exciting, right? Remember the first time I got a direct deposit from Amazon, I was like, holy smokes, this is actually something that's working. And there's a piece of my brain that thought, let's go buy a toy. Let's go, let's go buy something cool. Let's go spoil myself on something, and let's go have a fancy dinner, whatever it may be. But you got to control that piece of your brain, because you need to really be reinvesting all of that money that's coming back to you, because that is how you're gonna get that growth. That's how you're gonna get that snowball effect. Once that snowball starts rolling, once you get to a point, it'll be big enough where you can, yes, okay, now I can start having some fun. But if you stunt your growth by, taking profits out for yourself too early, you're really limiting yourself, and you're limiting the potential of your business. And I know, because I did that. When I started, I did exactly that. I started taking, I started scooping off the top and doing things and taking that money and using it for some fun stuff, putting it into my own, my savings account, and just leaving it there and doing nothing with it. When really it should have been going back into the business. And I shot myself in the foot. I probably held myself back 6 months of growth that I could have been way further ahead. But instead, I wanted to have some fun with that money. So you need to be reinvesting that money. Don't think that just because you got 50 grand from Amazon that you can go and start having fun with it, right? This is a business. This is not something to take lightly, and you can use that money for more inventory, upgrading your inventory, maybe adding new listings, new bundles, new products, advertising, all these different things that you can be doing with that money that's going to help you get there faster. And that is a sacrifice you're gonna have to make over that year, over that period of time when it feels like you just got your ball rolling, but now you're still putting that reward and putting it back in, and it feels like a grind because that's what it is, right? It's a grind, it's sacrifice, right? We're talking about dreams here. You want to live a digital nomad lifestyle, you need to make that sacrifice, be that 1%. Don't be that 99% that takes that profit and goes and splurges it, all right? So the next thing that they don't want you to know is that you need money, all right? This is just piggybacking off the last point. Not only do you need to reinvest the money, what I just talked about, you actually need money to begin, right? And that is the biggest one that I know you've all heard this. You can start with $500. You can start with $200. You can start with blah, 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 blah. You can start with, a penny and a snail. That is just not the fact, right? You need to have capital to start this business because, again, it is a business. And I just covered this in a recent video of mine. How much do you need? I like to say at least $3,000 USD as a starting point. And that is a safe starting point. Now, again, is it a full lie? No, because there are people, I've seen it, students of my own program that have started with less than like $2,000, launched 4 products at the same time, and are now making like $30,000 every single month. But that's just an exception, right? There's people that are going to do crazy things, do amazing things, but as a rule of thumb, you need at least $3,000 to be comfortable, right? Because not only do you need to worry about ordering your first order, you need to worry about when you're gonna get that money back, your cash flow, when are you gonna have to reorder the second order so that you don't stock out. Likely, that's gonna be before you get paid out any money, right? So these are things you need to consider and know before you get started. And they don't want you to know that because they want you to think that you can get started for, negative $5 in your bank account. But that, again, as you know, is not true. This is a real business. All right, now this next thing is the real secret, the real thing that most people don't want you to know. Okay, now pay attention to this one because it's gonna sound scary when I say it, but you guys stick with me because there's a real point to this. You can't rely on Amazon. All right, so what they are is an amazing platform. That's what Amazon is, right? They're giving you all this free stuff, or basically free, at a fraction of the cost. Storage at their distribution centers all over the world, all over the United States. They're giving you that for a fraction of the distribution, the ability to list on their website and have literally billions of monthly visitors come and have free traffic come to see your product. All this stuff is a privilege, right? But you can't take it for granted because right now you have the opportunity to use that and abuse that and get as much traction as you can, but you still need to future-proof yourself because at the end of the day, this is Jeff Bezos' baby, and what he says goes. So if something happens to your account, something happens to a rule change, fees change, something little minor changes and it affects your bottom line, you need to be able, as an entrepreneur, to be able to pivot and go forward from there. You can't just put all your eggs in the Amazon basket because something can change, and that's just the fact of it. So what you need to be doing, don't be afraid of that because right now, as I said, you're golden. Follow the rules and go with it and you're good to go, but future-proof yourself. So make a brand, right? Don't just sell a single product or random products. Make a brand around your product line, right? Something cohesive and build your own following. So God forbid something does happen, you have your own brand that's not just random Amazon seller 321. It is actually, you awesome products. That's a horrible product name. Don't take that brand name, but you know what I mean. Have a brand, build around it, and make something off of Amazon. Use Amazon as a great stepping stone where majority of your profit and majority of your customers can come from. But if that leg is cut off the table, then your table should still be able to stand. That's the way you gotta look at your product business. It is a table, and you're building legs so that as one cuts off, if your Shopify store cuts off, if your ClickFunnels whatever cuts off, if your Amazon brand cuts off, you still are able to make money doing it. All right, so don't rely fully on Amazon. Lean on the wall, but know if that wall falls, you're still got your 2 feet on the ground, all right? Now that is something that a lot of people won't tell you because they wanna sell you just an Amazon course. But if you wanna know how to actually do that and build a brand bigger than Amazon, get your own leads, get your own customer email list, then make sure you sign up for my free masterclass. I'll put it right up there. It's a 1-hour in-depth free training where I go really detailed into how to build an Amazon business, but also how to build a business that is standalone as well. So the links there, links in the description as well. The next thing that they don't want you to know is that Amazon FBA is not a hobby. All right, this is the final thing on the list, and this is more of a mindset thing. It's the same as kind of the passive income point, but really I see people do this every single day, where they get into this and they think it's gonna be a hobby, or they think it's gonna be a side hustle, right? Where they can, go into a garage sale and do something on your free time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna set up an Amazon store, and when I have a free minute, I'm gonna list some stuff, and if that sells, that's good, or if it doesn't, whatever. That's not how you're gonna actually make money doing this, right? You're probably losing money doing it that way. So please understand that if you're getting into this business, it's a business, and I've been stressing that word because that's what it is. It's not something that you can just do on the side and just throw something at the wall and hope it sticks. You have to actually take time. You gotta actually take some brain power, some mental capacity, and really try to do this. And remember, know that you're doing this for the long term, right? This is not a cash grab. If you want something where you can put in $5,000 and get $5,000 out in a matter of months and just be done with it, this probably is not the thing for you. You need to actually be putting time, developing a product line, developing a brand, developing a customer base, developing long-term business so that you can actually be profitable, and so that you can actually make a passive income. This ties back into point number 1, because the only way to make a passive income is to actually put in the upfront work. And that is the underlying message of this entire video, is that Amazon FBA is gonna take work, right? But it is going to be worth it if you put in the time. I just don't want to be fooled like so many people have been in getting into this and with the wrong intentions, with the wrong mindset, with the wrong ideas, and at the end of the day, you're getting the wrong results. So make sure if you're getting into this, you now know these points that other people aren't gonna tell you because it makes it seem like it's scary. But guess what? I know that for those of you that are able to face the fear and walk through the fire, those are the ones that are gonna be successful. If you are actually, afraid and scared of these little things and it's gonna scare you away from the business model, then maybe the business model wasn't for you anyways. But I'll tell you, for those of you who go through it, it's gonna be the most rewarding thing you ever do in your life. So if you wanna learn how to do it, make sure you join that free masterclass while it's still available. I will be taking it down. And again, the spots are limited, so click there, see the available times, and then hopefully there's a time slot available for you. Or if you just wanna watch another video, then click that one right over there. Click my face to subscribe and become an empire builder today. And then again, bottom right corner is that masterclass for you. My name is JT Franco. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, your empire awaits.
I am made to be free.